Alright guys and girls, it's Jerningham here, fighting this coronavirus war, as we're all doing. We're still suffering with pain. And Telford rough sleepers, I wish they'd put people in accommodations and things. You know, there's loads of people that make money in this world as well. There's lots of homeless people on the streets. Why can't they help them out? That's just annoying for a lot of people, especially when you're seeing your loved one and family member sleeping rough, especially in the lockdown crisis that we're going through now. It's not very good, in my opinion. All these homeless people that you see on the streets have families. Some of their families have probably disowned them because of the way they are. It doesn't make any difference. We're all human beings at the end of the day, and we all deserve people to love us as human beings. I'm just thinking of what I've got to say next. They reckon they're going to be finding a vaccine for the coronavirus in Oxford, UK. But the thing is, they've never treated AIDS, they've never treated cancer, and some people don't like talking about that word because it's upsetting. I had cancer myself, obviously. Lost my mum with it, and lots of other people have probably lost their mums and dads and friends and aunties and uncles over it as well. It's very sad. So what makes them think they're going to get a vaccine for this coronavirus? It's man-made. It's obviously from the China lab, or it's come from animals and jumped into human beings and people. We all can say different things about this. They cannot find a coronavirus vaccine. They've got a few in the go, and they want to test them all out on people. It's probably the same in America as well, unless they've got their own ideas of how they're going to cope with it. But it just irritates me that, you know, what happens if this coronavirus mutates even stronger into something else? And some people say to me, Jerningham, there's no such thing as zombies, it's only in films. Well, people said the coronavirus didn't come, but it came. And this is why I'm putting this other video onto YouTube to explain that we're all struggling with this. We all don't like talking about it, and we all like things to go back to the way they were. Like I say, I always mention time machines. If I had a time machine, I'd make things back to the way they were. Then this wouldn't have happened, this coronavirus, but I haven't got one. Unfortunately, that's what annoys me. I'm sure a lot of you guys and girls would wish you'd had a time machine and go back in time to save your family members and stop people from killing themselves, which is a big topic to talk about. You know, only if you could just save them. You can watch it in films, you can talk about it in stories and books, you know. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry if I sound annoyed, girls and guys. I'm just trying to express my feelings, the way the world is. We all know the world's a mess at the moment. Sometimes we're blind to see what's going on. Is the world really going to get worse? I watched an article of my Prime Minister Boris Johnson from the UK, and I'll tell you guys and girls what he mentioned. I did a video before. He mentioned nuclear weapons. Yeah, nuclear weapons. And he mentioned war. Why would you mention that on the article? Then he said get prepared for a second outbreak of coronavirus. Nobody wants a second outbreak of coronavirus. But perhaps I'm just looking at it in a way that people don't understand, or I may be getting too far-fetched in this. You wouldn't mention that in an article saying that. As we all know, the UK is smaller than Germany, smaller than France, smaller than Italy, and perhaps it's smaller than, let's see here, we're looking at Belgium as well. The UK is a very tiny island. Now, what annoys me is, we want to let some of these Chinese people come over from Hong Kong, like 3 million of them. And the Chinese government won't let them come over. And the Chinese government has said to the UK, if you don't keep out of our affairs and businesses, there'll be problems. What does that say to you? I'm not going to make this stuff up. Why would I make it up? No. Like I say, if China want war with Britain, all we need to do is call America in. And I'm sure America will back the British because we backed them before. When they start a war, or I'm not saying America starts a war. It could be both sides that start a war that conflicts and annoys people, misunderstanding, miscommunication. Put in that perspective, it's not very good. And we get this mask protest in London as well, where they don't want to be wearing masks. I mean, that's just selfish. You want to protect lives and save people, wear a mask for people, because what if they die of coronavirus? You had that on your conscience all the time, on your head all the time. Fair enough, you don't know the person or see the person, or you never meet the person. If one of them person's family members dies because you didn't wear a mask, what are the government going to say? What are the people going to say? What will the family members say? They've lost a loved one. Now, I'm just trying to think what I'm going to say now. America's got the most cases for corona. Then it would go to, I think, is it Belgium? Not Belgium. Brazil's got the most cases as well. Always keeps going up. They've got loads of diseases in Brazil. We all wish we had a vaccine for cancer and AIDS. That's what people are hoping for. They don't have to take medicine anymore. But are they doing that? No. Will they ever do this? More they're focusing on a coronavirus vaccine. Why can't they just make one for cancer? Make people happy. We don't want to be losing any more lives. That is how I feel. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same. Don't ignore people. Notice them as human beings. Don't walk past them and don't acknowledge them. Talk to people, get to know them, and nice people. Anyway, I better go now. Thank you for joining me in this video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll do another one later. Thank you. Peace.